they've ended a policy that U.S. airlines have thought is very unreasonable. It's a circuit breaker policy that was meant that they would suspend flights if there were cases on it. Here in China, they're also trying to get rid of some of the more excessive curbs, COVID curbs. For example, now they won't put into isolation the close contacts of your close contacts. Instead, only the positive cases and their close contacts. And then they're redefining the word risk for different risk areas. And so by doing that, they're trying to limit the number of people who would be put under lockdown. Finally, they're trying to get cities not to deploy a citywide mass testing, but it's a real big question mark exactly how all of this is going to play itself out on the ground, Brian, and whether or not it's really going to solve the problem of the uncertainty that zero COVID creates here, especially when it comes to the economy.
It's just incredible. And we're watching the video, the people in line, head down, they just look defeated, mentally, emotionally crushed. We get one trip around this rock. It's been 3 years. COVID's a scary thing, but you do wonder what these people are feeling because of what you're feeling, Eunice, because we love you. And we'd like to see you again in person soon. Eunice, thank you. 3 years. One trip around this rock, folks. That's it. All right. Your next guest runs one of the biggest Chinese stock ETFs, the KraneShares China Internet ETF, which is up big, 25% this month, despite the dramas playing out in China. Joining us now is Brendan Ahern, Chief Investment Officer of KraneShares. Brendan, if and when we get, I don't know if we're ever going to get full reopening, because I think she, at this point, almost seems to be having fun with it in some weird way. If we get a semblance of a reopening, has the money already been made this month on that?
No, I mean, not at all, Brian. We believe that this incremental opening, that China's not going to pull the proverbial Band-Aid on zero COVID going away. They renamed it dynamic zero COVID. So you're going to see this incremental dialing back. And I think the positive there is that it's going to unleash domestic consumption. And domestic consumption trends have been light due to citizens hoarding cash due to the risk of being quarantined or locked down in their apartment. So I think domestic consumption is going to be a big story for 2023.
Yeah, what do you think the story will be on domestic consumption? Now, I mean, I agree that will be the story, but what kind of, is it going to be a feel-good story? Or is it going to be a story of woe and misery? Like the last 3 years?
Yeah. I mean, I think again, zero COVID will go away incrementally. And I think some of the measures that Eunice pointed out are really geared to the citizens in China. That I think people have gotten very frustrated with the zero COVID policies. And so seeing it slowly dialed away is going to allow people to get out and about. We actually had an economist from China visit us in New York this week. And it just shows that this opening up is going to happen. It's not going to be, again, a Band-Aid. It's just going to happen incrementally. And we think a lot of the e-commerce companies we hold in KWEB will be beneficiaries of domestic consumption.
Yeah. Is there any sector you like better in domestic consumption? Travel, food, like what? Airlines?
I think all of the above. I mean, I think, you can make a great argument for, Trip.com, like e-commerce plays like Alibaba and JD and Vipshop and Pinduoduo. I think also just in general, as this opening up happens, your investors have been really underweight to China. And I think removing this potential risk on the economy that they clearly are doing this in order to get the economy going. I think that really behooves a re-rating of Chinese equities.
Yeah. Brendan Ahern at KraneShares. Been a good month. See what happens overseas. Brendan, thank you very much. All right, coming up, something just happened in California, and it's sending solar stocks higher on the week. Not today, but higher on the week. Can you name that mystery chart? We'll get the name and the story next.
I'm Joel Clark, a Select Quote agent. Did you know the more life insurance coverage you need, the more likely you are to overpay for it? If you need $5, $10, or even $20 million of coverage, you could end up paying way more than you have to. For over 35 years, SelectQuote has helped customers save 50% or more on term life insurance. And the higher the value of the policy, the more you could save. Phil Dawes was quoted $546 a month for a $10 million policy. I found him the exact same coverage from